I'm Emily Hartridge, and I, like you, am everywhere online. I'm on Facebook, Twitter. Actually, that one's quite a good one. Tinder. Ooh, I've got a match. Oh, come to mama. A YouTube channel, and I've even done a bit for the Mail Online. I basically try and control how people view me online. That one's awful. I think I'm like this, aren't I? But it's not the real me, it's an edited version. Oh, look at that amazing party I went to last night. I'm in Spain. Amazing. God, my job is just the best. I spend so much time trying to be better, funnier, and more successful online than I am in real life. It's not just me that does it. Everyone's at it, aren't we? I wanted to find out why our online lives are so different from our real ones and what effect this has on ourselves, our friends, and our family. This journey has not been without its bumps and stalled emotions.
There was a massive conspiracy and a cover-up.
Are you right? You feel okay?
I'm not gonna cry. Revelations.
We're actually in a cheating epidemic.
That is so bad.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
I confessed.
They raided your house. Now you've just made me feel really confused about who I am.
Danya.
Right, let me just explain. Basically, I had my online identity stolen. I have a Facebook group for my YouTube channel, and someone posted publicly saying, if you want to see Emily Hartridge in a porn movie, click here. Oh my God, it's awful. So obviously I clicked there, and I saw myself. That's not my body. I don't even own that bra. She had much bigger boobs than me. I've showed it to friends, family, and none of them can know if it's me or not. But I'm not the only one to have their ID really stolen. I met with 23-year-old lawyer Jasmine Jones, whose life's been turned upside down by someone hacking into her social media accounts and pretending to be her.
This was originally a profile of me. Up to date, there's been 73 fake profiles closed down of me.
Whoa.
First of all, it started off, they were claiming I was a swimmer, then they were claiming I was like a student, and then they were claiming my friends and I were escorts.
This is some obsessed identity thief.
My emails got hacked. They had like my address, they had like a copy of my driving licence, a copy of my passport. Each time one gets closed down, they just make a new one. And then they were emailing me saying that that I wasn't me and that they were me. So even I was getting scared, like looking in the mirror, like, am I even me? Like, it was just getting so scary, yeah.
How do you feel emotionally about kind of what's going on?
I don't know what this person is like planning to do. I'm like worried to go to sleep at night sometimes.
So what happened when you went to the police?
When I went to the police, at first of all, they weren't really taking it seriously because obviously, like there's these Facebook things all the time. But then when it got really more threatening, like the person threatened to throw acid in somebody's face. So now they've been investigating it, so hopefully they find the person.
While Jasmine pursues justice for the nightmare that she's going through, other people are taking matters into their own hands. This is a big one! And are trying to catch online criminals themselves.
I am a honey trap.
Anti-cybercrime team scam survivors attempt to honey trap scammers into revealing their true identity by creating false dating profiles to reel them in. So when you bait these scammers, what do you do? What's the process?
Post up an account on a dating site and just wait for the scammers to come at you. I deliberately make a bad profile. I mean, the profile I have on one site, it's an incredibly unattractive person. The profile itself is dreadful, and so no genuine person would ever want to contact me.
But surely some of the men that contact you are just, maybe they're really lonely. They just want to find someone, so they're not.
You haven't seen my profile.
Wow. No, I haven't.
Trust
but
me.
There's someone for everyone.
Yeah, my
Wayne.
profile is horrible. I mean, it talks about having sex with animals, and it's deliberately awful. It's what I refer to as a vinegar trap.
You can date for fun. Name Waynetta. Job muck spreader. Oh, that's gross. I've had emails from people saying how, you know, they want my bank details because they want to deposit money in my account and they'll pay me this much. So have they got my address on the internet?
From your Facebook, from a job application you posted online. Anything made online stays online.
Wouldn't it be great if we could speak to an actual scammer who's done this kind of thing? A scammer like this man. So can you just tell me when you first started scamming people online?
2004.
So you did it for 3 years and you stopped in 2007, is this correct?
Exactly.
Abayomi admits to have conned women out of money by going on dating sites and pretending to be someone else. Was it the fact that you felt really bad for these women? Was that when you decided to stop doing it?
No, I had a girl I was dating, and she would not have any of it, and I just really wanted to marry her, so I had to give it up because of.
That's nice. She's obviously a smart girl. If you kind of maybe were to meet the people that you'd scammed, or, you know, you can say something now to them.
If I had a choice again, I won't do it. And
Yeah.
if I have the chance of making up with them, I would definitely do that to them.
Okay. You heard it here first. An apology from one scammer who tried to con women by pretending to be in love with them. Abayomi scammed for money. Gareth? This next guy had other motives.
Hiya.
Hi, I'm Emily. Gareth Crosskey went to prison for hacking into Justin Bieber's ex, Selena Gomez's Facebook page. Should we go and do some bowling? Can you not beat me, though?
I'll try.
These look like clowns. Too light. No, that's a good one. You know I'm doing a show called Online and Lying.
Yeah.
Did you online and lie?
Technically.
We'll get back to that. Let me just get another strike.
Ooh!
The obvious question being why? Why did you do it?
Boredom?
Because when I was driving here, I was like thinking what could be the reasons why, and boredom was my top.
I knew I could do it. It was just a matter of, I mean, it took about 18 hours in total to get into it. That was it.
18 hours? How long did you have it hacked for?
In total, I had control of her for about a day and a half.
Did he just say control of her? Did you read her messages?
I didn't go into depth with the messages. I mean, I just skimmed over the titles.
That would have been the first thing that I'd have done.
I said who I was, said that they were doing it and dating. I wrote Justin Bieber sucks.
Oh, please don't nick me. He's not watching. When you got caught, was it something that you owned up to, or did they find out?
They raided my house.
They raided your house?
Police came to my house and raided the house. I woke up to 3 people standing above my bed.
Right.
I was inside for 4 months. I was 19, going on, well, nearly 20. But at the same time, I screwed up. Pretty sure you make screw up sometimes.
You still hacked into her personal.
Yeah, I mean...
So I'm not trying to be, like, confrontational. I'm just, like...
As confrontational as you want.
And are you worried it's going to affect stuff in the future for you?
Getting a job was hard because most of people say bye-bye.
For an online prank, Gareth's sentence does seem a bit harsh. But then again, he was messing with the world's biggest star's girlfriend. I want to know more about the laws that govern our behaviour on the web and what the police are really doing to get one step ahead of online criminals. I went to meet the National Police lead on e-crime. This is actually where things got quite serious. I had a really good question in my head and then I just totally forgot it. What? Emily? He's the national lead on e-crime. What did you have?
I had salmon and poached egg.
Ugh. I had toast with peanut butter.
Oh, peanut butter?
I'm
That
obsessed.
early, though.
I'm obsessed with peanut butter. I spoon feed it out. Oh, good. Love it, though. Anyway, I'm finding it really interesting. Get to the point already. So obviously technology is always changing and evolving. How do you guys keep up with that?
It's no longer the kid in his bedroom who's a programmer or an engineer. There's lots of people out there who are organised criminals who are realising the digital world provides opportunities for them.
So what do you think the difference is between online behaviour and real-life behaviour?
If it's a crime in the real world, then it is a crime in the online world.
Okay.
And if, for example, if somebody's harassing you, if someone's making threats against you, that's a crime in the real world.
Right. I get kind of trolled a lot.
I would encourage you,
Yeah.
and I would encourage anybody who perceives they're a victim to contact Action Fraud. If they don't know what Action Fraud is, go to your local police and they will put you through to Action Fraud.
Is that a crime, though?
If it transpires you have genuinely been threatened,
Yeah.
absolutely we have the capability to respond to that.
Because I get that not everyone's going to like me. I totally understand that. But I've had, like, a YouTube message, a personal one, so no one else can see it, about how someone wanted to, you know, to kind of... It was sexual in nature, threatening and violent. It was actually really scary.
My message, really clear message is, if you perceive that you've been a victim of crime, if you feel you've been harmed, report it to the police and we will have a conversation with you about how we deal with it.
OK. It might be interesting to just call the police and just speak to them and see what they say. I don't know if I've even ever called the police.
Hello, police operator, how can I help?
Hi, I was wondering, I got quite a vicious message online.
Well, I will take the details from you.
Okay.
And then police officers will come round and take a report. Yeah? Because me taking the details, nothing further will be done.
Okay. I told her what happened, but now this is a police investigation, I can't reveal any more.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
And officers will come round, have a look at what's been sent to you and have a chat with you.
Okay.
And they'll take it from there.
I think that's an interesting thing.
This one piece will make 52 layers.
Watch on mobile devices or the big screen. All for free. No subscription required.
So girls, let's talk relationships. You blokes off watching football or topping up his fake tan and suddenly you've got zero attention. You know how to get his eyes back on the prize, right? No, not that. Jealousy. I'm off to rent myself a Facebook boyfriend who can do more with his trombone than any man ever could. Valentin's a fire-breathing musician and you too can rent him to be your Facebook boyfriend for just a £5. So it's just for 3 days, that's like, is that your maximum?
Yeah. They just give me a link of their Facebook profile. It's just about 2 clicks to be in relationship with.
They would post a photo of themselves and then you would comment acting as their boyfriend?
Yeah.
That should do it. Do you think most of them take it seriously, or do you think they do it as a joke?
Most of them, they do it as a joke. Some of them, they just want to do piece of some ex-boyfriend.
Obviously, because these women are kind of lying online, do you ever feel bad that you're helping them lie?
No.
If you're ever tempted to take things further and begin a more illicit affair, you better watch out because this lady detective knows how to catch online and lying love rats red-handed. Are you Rebecca?
I am.
Hi, I'm Emily.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Rebecca Jane set up her lady detective agency 5 years ago. Cheers. And the cheat detection business is booming. Do you think that online is making cheating worse? Is it it's just making it easier, isn't it?
It's made it 100 times worse. Like, I think we're actually in a cheating epidemic.
Really?
Not joking.
Oh, God. I've already been cheated on once.
Everybody will get cheated on at some point in their lives.
Yeah,
they will.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oof. I should be all right then. I've ticked that box. So let's say I thought that my boyfriend was cheating on me. I went to you. What would you do?
Surveillance. We can watch everything your partner does.
Okay.
Literally stake them out.
Can you bug their cars? I watch a lot of CSI, by the way, so is that a thing?
That's illegal.
That's illegal, right. we won't do that. We won't bug anyone's cars.
Some people want to call honey trapping entrapment.
Yeah.
I like to call it getting the truth. We're not going to throw some page 3 girl at a 90-year-old man.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
He might get a little bit suspicious.
He'd be a bit suspicious, but we want to engineer natural situations. As an example, one of our staff will go up to somebody in a bar and say, "Oh, I know you from somewhere." The aim of that conversation is to get their Facebook, Twitter, email, whatever. Over the course of the next month, basically message the person pretty much every single day. How are you? What have you been up to? What have you been doing? Blah, 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 blah. And then we might start something like, "Oh, I've just split up with my boyfriend.
Right.
I'm so upset," and
yeah,
stuff leads from there.
Is that making it happen, or would they have just done that with somebody else? I don't know.
We engineer the whole thing, and our clients are sent screenshots every single day of what's being said to the person. So the clients then start to engineer the conversation and lead it in whatever direction they want to lead it in.
It's weird.
I know.
Makes me feel a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, there is a call.
I get it. I totally get it.
I get it as well.
But I just don't think.
You can't imagine doing it,
I
can
wouldn't
you?
hire a private investigator.
I'd hire a private investigator without a doubt.
Right.
I wouldn't do honey trapping.
No.
I wouldn't want somebody to do that to my partner.
No.
But you never know what somebody's going through. You never know somebody's story. So I can't turn around to the client and say, "You're wrong.
No.
This is an insane idea."
However, we're not all cheating. Some simpletons are really looking for love online. But what happens if the person you end up dating is a catfish? Just to remind you all, a catfish is not a bottom-feeding, freshwater, swimmy thing. It's an online slime ball that steals people's pictures, creates a fake profile, and then tries to date you with it. This happened to Hayley.
So I joined Plenty of Fish last year. And one June evening, a guy sent me a message. It seemed like quite a nice profile. He had a lot of details. There were a lot of photographs, which is quite unusual. We'd probably chatted on the phone sort of every day.
So let's fast forward past first base. Basically, Hayley arranged a date.
I was due to meet him at I think it was 10:10 in the morning on a Saturday. And at 11:30 I got a message saying, oh, I'm really sorry, but my mum had a fall yesterday and I've been in hospital and I can't make the date. Anyway, I left it and I was at work and I kept getting all these notifications through on my Facebook that Lewis, the guy that I'd been talking to, was adding all these girls. And when I looked, they were like 16 years old.
Suspicious.
And I thought, this is really weird. And when I was looking through his friends, it came up with this guy's picture, again, exactly the same picture with a completely different name again.
The man that Hayley thought she was about to date, who called himself Lewis, had actually stolen another man's picture, Jay, and was pretending to be him. Jay had a wife and kids and was totally innocent. How did you feel when you realised that he wasn't who he was?
I think disappointed that you've told them quite a lot about yourself and they've told you quite a lot about them, but then obviously it's not true. Any dates that I've been on recently, it does make you cynical.
You can fabricate anything online.
You can.
You can
be
create
a totally
anything.
different person. You can be a person that you're not in real life, I suppose.
This type of crime is growing, but one man is on a crusade to change it all. George Kidd, Chief Executive of the Online Dating Association, is working with the government and dating sites to try and help make online dating safe. A high percentage of people that go on online dating do want to find love. You have a small group that doesn't, and it can really mess with people's lives if someone's making someone fall in love with them.
It's not the lie, it's the intent. If I were to tell you I'm 6 foot tall, I'm very clearly not. Yeah, you would see that in McDonald's, you would see that in a bar or in a restaurant.
So what are you doing, George?
What we've done is set up this new trade association, the Online Dating Association, anchored in a code of practice, anchored in best practice for the industry, anchored in the guidance we're going to give to the public, and saying to the industry, come in, join us, and raise the standards.
40% of couples get together from online, and it's a shame that people taint that, because it can be a nice way of meeting people, but, you know, if those minorities ruin it. Okay, so what are men really looking for in a woman? Morals, humour, intelligence, charity, a massive pair of... not these? This woman created a fake profile using her hot mate's picture called the worst woman in the world, just to prove how superficial some men really are.
I had personally been on OkCupid, an online dating site, for a few years on and off, and I spent a lot of time on that profile and started to get the feeling that guys were not reading it. Guys would message literally any woman who had a profile on this site. I wanted to see if there was a lower limit to how noxious a woman could be before men would stop messaging her. So I created my fake woman.
Can you give me some examples of the kind of things you would use for the profile?
On a typical Friday night, she was knocking the cups out of homeless people's hands.
Oh my gosh.
Just horrible.
That's
she
horrible.
Said, the thing I'm best at is pretending that I'm pregnant. LOL.
Oh my god. What were some of the messages you got from the men?
So a guy asked my fake profile if I have actually met someone worthwhile on the site. I said, no one will let me give them a mermaid tattoo if that's what you're asking. He said, so what do I get if I let you? I said, a mermaid tattoo. Deal, what's your number and I'll text you. It was fun to create this character in my head of someone who I hope is very different from me. How's it going? And I said, I'm just pretending to be a 14-year-old on Facebook and making fun of some of my sister's friends. LMAO, bullying is fun. To which he said, any plans for the weekend? By the way, what's your number so we can text?
So what do you think people can learn from kind of your experiment?
There are a significant chunk of men out there who will message anyone with a profile regardless of how awful she is. Quality is a lot more important than quantity in terms of messages. There's going to be a lot of nonsense. You're going to get a lot of really inappropriate messages in your inbox, and you just kind of got to keep sticking with it because you only really need the one good one.
If we're honest, online dating is a bit of a lottery. Hot, not. Ooh, I've got a match. It's So I was just on Tinder. Turns out we're a match. And he's called, well, it's mean to say what he's called. He's called Lee. And block. I'm up for an experiment. I'm gonna go on a date with one of my Facebook fans to see if I have any more luck with him than I do on Tinder. 76 miles to Bognor Regis. Here we go. So I'm just outside Mark's house. I'm feeling all right, actually. I thought I was going to be feeling really nervous. I've heard that he's really, really nervous, which makes me feel better. Right, let's go. Is that all right? Not bad. Hello.
Right.
I'm Emily.
I'm Mark.
Shall we hug it out? We'll hug it out.
Oh, hug it out.
Oh, you
I
kissed
got
that?
you in the... Sorry, it was meant to be on the cheek. I went for a bit of an erogenous.
At least we got past the awkward kiss.
Yeah, did you want a cup of tea or anything? Or?
I really do.
Really?
I do, yeah.
I haven't got any green tea.
Chivalrous. Tell me about yourself then. So you're called Mark?
32-year-old.
Good.
Single.
Good.
Electrician.
This is the moment he shows me his tools.
No.
You know what? I kind of feel like we need to like do something.
Done ya.
No. Bring it back. Ready? Oh my God! Literally. No. We have to do it on 3.
I'm seeing counting. It's more like it's
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Did you think this is the situation that we'd be in when I entered your house?
I hope so. I was going to do a lunge.
Yeah. I hope you'd be.
Or just go for one there.
Oh my God! We're just going up to the bedroom.
Turn the light. Do we need lights up here?
Your bed is massive.
Yeah.
Do you think you project your real self online?
Quite an opinionated gobby in general, so that's me online as well, with a questionable sense of humour.
Yeah.
So
it's great sense of humour.
Oh, I'm glad you think so.
It's clearly like mine. What did you think of me and what do you think of me?
It hasn't changed that much.
That's good.
You have fulfilled my expectation. You are pretty much as awesome and as I thought you would be. There's not been any sort of diva strops or anything like that.
No.
You know, give you your herbal tea and
Yeah, I mean, had you not have
herbal tea, yeah, proper.
It would have gone down. I only had a date with a guy from one internet date, and he was a lot shorter than what he said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Luckily, been 6'1"ish, 2"ish.
Yeah. Most guys like to put 6 foot when really they're like 5'10".
Yeah, I've got a mate like that.
Yeah.
Won't mention any names.
I mean, do you think that friendships can form from online, or?
Yeah, of course they can.
Do you think?
I've done it over the last few years. Been on the old dating websites
and you got friends from it?
Yeah,
really?
more friends than not. You know, occasionally it goes a bit peak-tongue.
He was such a great guy, but it's just not going to happen. I'm sorry, Mark. I'd never met anyone that's followed me online before.
Yeah.
So this is just a whole new experience.
Well, I've never met anyone
that you followed online.
I've followed online before. I had to think about that.
That worked
So
out.
I guess we've taken each other's cherry.
Yeah. Oh, well. The thing is, you get such a great impression of people when you meet them face to face, and although online is definitely a great place to meet people, I'm just not sure if it's the best place to fall in love. Maybe it's because there's so much competition and pressure to be better, prettier and funnier online that so often leads us to just lie. Mother and daughter, Sharon and Natasha Lee, have been devastated by an internet hoaxer posing to be Sharon's missing daughter, Catrice, who went missing over 30 years ago in Germany when she was just 2 years old.
In 1981, at that particular time, I was married, my husband was in the forces, and we lived in Germany. 28th of November, it was her second birthday, and I had to go to get some last-minute shopping. On reaching the checkout, I put her on the floor and I said to my sister, just watch her, whilst I nip back up the aisle and get the crisps, which I did. Came back to the checkout, and I said to my sister, where's Catrice? And she said, I thought she was with you. She followed you back up the aisle. And that was the last I've ever seen of my daughter.
As the family were in the armed forces in Germany when Catrice disappeared, the military police investigated her disappearance. However, Catrice has never been found.
Yeah, so we're just looking at Catrice's Facebook page, which is the search for Catrice Lee.
2.5 years ago, a woman called Donna Wright sent messages claiming to be the family's missing daughter to the Facebook page they'd set up as part of the search for her.
Because at the time, Catrice's page, the search for Catrice Lee, was an open group, and she was just saying her mother was making her live a lie, she needed some help, there was a massive conspiracy and a cover-up. I just said to her, you need to go to missing people, but in the meantime she'd sort of contacted Mum as well.
She said that she could remember being brought from Germany through France in a lorry to the UK.
Donna even took a DNA test, which she failed, to try and prove that she was Catrice.
It's not nice for me to get up in the morning to have to listen to Natasha in tears on the phone because she's had an abusive message for her.
There was the lovely message.
You silly old bitch, you thought this was harassment, you ain't seen harassment yet. I don't know how you kept up. Donna was convicted for harassment, but was spared time in jail with a suspended sentence.
And we initially thought, well, that's it. And we thought that she would go away and leave us alone. Sadly, that wasn't to be the case.
It turned out she literally tracked down my father. She phoned and just said, is that the father of Catrice Lee? He just picked up the phone and said, hello, Donna. And she said, I'm not Donna Wright.
Donna Wright has been convicted again for harassment and breaching her restraining order. I mean, are you guys a lot more cautious about online, kind of going online now?
It's really difficult because it could be that one time where you say to somebody, like, get stuffed. It could actually be her. So you've always got to have a slightly open mind, but be so cautious, because if not, every time someone contacts you thinking they're Catrice, you know, I'm going to have that complete woohoo, this could be her again, only to be really, really disappointed.
Obviously, for me, I just can't understand how anyone spends their time doing that online. Like, that's, you know, she's clearly like obsessive about it and dedicates a lot of time to harassing that family. And for me, obviously, that I just can't stand that at all. Being harassed or trolled or having your identity stolen online is becoming increasingly common. It happened to me, and I even reported it to the police. I went to join an online support group led by Rachel Welch, director of the Self-Harm charity. I wanted to learn what motivates online abuse, and I got a surprising answer. I got a really bad message from someone on YouTube. It's like a personal message, so no one else could see it.
Did you assume with that would just be that was just some random that was just wanting to make your life a misery?
Yeah.
But there is also the possibility, I suppose, that person that did that to you might not have been just some random who wanted to make your life miserable, but actually could have been a person that wanted you and all the people on your online network to jump on their case and throw some abuse back at them.
Yeah.
Is that a challenging kind of concept?
Yeah, I definitely hadn't thought of that. Cyber self-harming is where someone bullies or trolls online to purposely get an abusive response back.
They want to sit and read messages about how awful they are and what a bad person they are because it reinforces what they think about themselves.
So the person sending horrible messages might not actually want to hurt me, they actually want to troll themselves. Wow. Have any of you known anyone that's
Yeah, one of my friends did. She set up a whole hate website about herself. A group of us kind of managed to eventually get her to realise that it was not healthy at all what she was doing.
So if I get tweeted anything horrible, I'll screenshot it and share it. But I think in hindsight, that's probably not the best thing to do, is it? No.
No.
No, I should probably just ignore it. I think I'm going to have to think twice about retweeting the trolls. One person who doesn't want people to hate her online, but instead wants plenty of online love, is 29-year-old model Faye Louise. She's a burgeoning social media star and a self-confessed selfie obsessive. So how many selfies do you think you've taken?
Probably per day about 100 to 150.
What?
Yeah.
That's mental.
I know.
So, but they don't all go online?
No, probably about 4 or 5 make the cut. Okay. I mean, I'm not a very big, confident person, believe it or not. Like, I've done all the modelling, but I'm not 100% confident about myself.
I think that everyone exaggerates or lies online.
Okay.
But I need you to teach me the perfect selfie.
Okay.
Because I don't think my selfie game is good. Do you feel like are you up for that challenge?
I'm always up for a challenge.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go selfie take. Right, Faye, I think we should take a good hard look at our naked faces.
It's awful. They're actually a natural lash, but I put 4 of them together.
Oh my God. So that's your good side, right?
Yeah. What's your good side?
I don't know.
The other side, I think.
That one's awful. I think I'm like this, aren't I?
We delete that?
Yeah, let's get rid of that crap.
Okay, so this is the perfect selfie. I'll send them to you.
Oh, thanks, yeah, definitely.
Or I'll post them to Twitter.
To help Faye with her selfie obsession, I brought her to the London School of Fashion, where I have a surprise in store. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you have any last words before?
Can I phone a friend? That is so bad. Oh my God.
So this is the amount of photos you take in a day, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. When you look at the wall, it's like, girl, you love yourself so much.
So how does it make you feel seeing you everywhere?
It's surreal. Oh my God, the one in Tesco, look, what am I doing in Tesco? I'm embarrassed. Just in the frozen peas section, hello!
Yeah, this feels like a right time to take a photo. That's like a lot more natural photo.
Yeah.
You can tell that you probably didn't take that like a billion times.
No.
So, do you think that you'll continue to get this many? Really?
I don't know. I'll probably tone it down a little bit.
To learn more about the psychology of our selfie obsession, and also why I filter myself so much online, I met with clinical psychotherapist Dr. J. Watts. Apparently, get ready, big word alert here, it's called cyber narcissism.
People will take, 100 sometimes photos, and then their Instagram will filter the best one. And that capacity to kind of curate an idealised self, that kind of self-fashioning has become more and more available to the average person on the street.
Everyone does it. So you kind of like, yeah, it's not something I worry about, but I do think it's not, I don't think it's healthy. Probably for me either, because you look at it and you're like, oh, why don't I look like that? A bit. She's really staring at me, I think. I hope this isn't going to turn on to me.
So for you, I'm thinking, when you started 10 Reasons...
She's talking about the show I started online, 10 Reasons Why.
Was there something that was going on for you at that time that made you really go for it?
I got depression. And I think at that time it was quite like cathartic for me.
Did that help at all with the depression?
I don't know if it was because I guess it started to do quite well, which gave me slight validation that I was doing something good, which was nice because I didn't really have that much direction in life at that time, so it's quite nice to have a focus on something. Okay, so guys, this really is the truth. My online adventures started, in part, as a remedy for my depression at the time.
When we think about how cyberspace affects modern identity, it can allow us to kind of connect with people when we're feeling very, very, very isolated. Being able to put a few words on a forum and getting a response can be the difference between life and death.
I wanted to meet someone who, for them, the internet isn't just a place to express their self-image. It is, in fact, a lifeline. I'm just about to meet Sarah. Sarah's actually a follower of mine, and she's also an agoraphobic, which I personally find utterly compelling. Sarah Watson finds it really hard to leave her home, unless it's with a safe person, as she calls it. So for her online life is her real life. How long have you been an agoraphobic for?
16 years.
16 years. And how did it start?
I was pregnant with my son and I passed out at work, and it was a complication of the pregnancy, and then from then I was really scared to go out in case it happened. I don't have a real life. I don't go out my house. I don't have a social life outside my house at all. It is all online now, and it's all talking to people online, Twitter, talking to people, different people on Twitter who have different problems like myself.
I do really wonder how people coped with agoraphobia before the internet.
Some people can't talk about it with their real life friends or family, and they keep it all inside. But now you've got this whole internet and, groups and things. You can let anything out to people, and they will listen to you. My real life friends never got it, and that caused rifts, obviously, because they never understood. To them, it was attention seeking. Why can't I just get over it?
It's really nice meeting you and realising that actually there are some positives that can come out of being so online.
I mean, I was ill before I got a computer, and it was rubbish.
For Sarah, connecting with friends online has been a saviour. For Faye, it's created a modern obsession. For people like the Lee family, it can allow horrible new ways to abuse others. And as we heard from Rachel, it can even lead people wanting to hurt themselves. Being online is now part of the fabric of normal life. But how we behave online is anything but normal. And this is what we'll discover after the break. Author of Fake Book, Dave Ciccarelli, created a whole adventure on Facebook to test just how far he could push being online and lying. Oh, where's this? This is the border.
That's the border, yeah, that's where the trouble began. I got stranded in Mexico without a passport.
Dave pretended online that he was on an extraordinary adventure when he was actually comfortably at home in New York.
I think I was really responding to just the Facebook friendship. Like, do I know these people or do I just know their news feeds? I decided to just have a little fun with it, and then it kind of really got out of hand. That's my mugshot.
Wow.
That's, after getting arrested.
What's happening here?
That's my time living in Amish country. That's my Amish girlfriend.
Oh.
She chose to follow me out of Amish country. It was escalating bit by bit. They more than believed it. I mean, some of them believed in it. You know, this escapist fantasy I was telling, you know, that people discovered while at the jobs they hated.
So how did it all come to an end?
I confessed. I did the classic "It was all a dream" post. I posted it on April Fool's Day for the hope of some goodwill. First there was anger, then they kind of saw the humor in it, and then we're kind of looking at it with fresh eyes. And when you look at it with fresh eyes, it's so obviously ludicrous.
I exaggerate all the time. I haven't lied to your extent, but I've obviously...
Yes, you have.
No, not many have. But I've obviously exaggerated a lot, and I don't really know why, but you just feel like you need to keep up this, like, perfect life that everyone's leading.
We're our own paparazzi, and we're our own subject, and we're our own spin masters. So there's definitely a part of it that does come out of wanting to be seen as you want to be.
Yeah. Whether it's become normal to lie online about your life or your looks, more and more people are taking to the internet and creating characters that they would never get away with in real life. I met with Lamin Baddie Toure. Baddie might portray a rude and explicit character online, but he has over 500,000 loyal YouTube subscribers, and he's nothing like this in real life.
Baddie, what do you think about Valentine's Day? I think it should be banned because it causes overpopulation and dehydration.
I'm interested in if you think your online self is very different to your real self.
It's like the things I want to say in real life, and I keep it to myself. When I get home in my bedroom, put on my camera, I just unleash.
Yeah. Wait, is that like your comfort zone?
It is. And I like being there alone. I just lock my door and just go bananas. If Adam and Eve were white as depicted in the portraits, where do black people come from? I don't know where they come from, but Kim Kardashian might know where they come in. So ask her.
This is kind of like, this stage is a bit like us online.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Well,
This is
yeah,
like this is
I
like
have
your
a
comfort
camera
zone.
facing me, so...
Yeah, exactly.
a
This
bit
is
like-
normal. Okay, I think what we need to see is your online character versus your real life character.
I like going to nice places like Paris, maybe London, having a good time, warm weather, things like that. I like going inside the punta.
Did he actually just say that?
I like swimming in there, if you know what I mean. And I like going to places where they have a lot of chickens with fire so that I can grill them.
Oh, Baddie, you're a bad man. But I like you. I might not go as far as Baddie and Dave, but I do put a bit of an alter ego online. I am Lee Hartridge. I'm a fake. I'm a big online fake. I wondered if I see myself the same way that others do. Hi, I'm Emily.
Hello, I'm Beth.
Nice to meet you. I asked digital agency Brilliant Noise to give an expert take on my online life. I know you both had a good look through all aspects of my social media. So, tell me, hit me.
Reputation is what you do and what other people say about you. So one way to start thinking about what you're going to do to affect your reputation online is to think about how do you want to be perceived going forward. So maybe we could write down on some post-its some key words that you like people to say about you, to use to describe you?
Ooh, this is nice. Smart, talented, hardworking, you know, all the usual.
Beth, why don't you write down some keywords of how you feel that Emily's perceived online at the moment?
So I've got sexy and fun so far.
Now, are you coming on to me by calling me sexy?
Maybe a little bit.
So we've got who you think you are or who you want to be online, which is smart, hardworking, nice, talented, funny.
Yeah.
Basically Stephen Fry. And then we've got how you're perceived online. This, sexy, fun, daft, confident, sharp, is your voice. You found your voice, like a writer finds their voice, like a columnist finds their voice. But there's a gap between these two things, and it feels like you're trying to veer away from this. But this is what's made you successful so far.
Now you just made me feel really confused about who I am. I really need to decide. Before I tackle the all-important question about who I am online, I wanted to ask if it is normal to be so obsessed with who we are online.
It takes a lot more bravery to be honest online. And I think sometimes it can be really valuable to be honest in ways that you might not have been honest before.
We crave authentic, real connections with people. Human beings are what anthropologists or evolutionary experts would call ultra-social. We have the largest social networks on the planet. We've got very finely tuned detectors for people being false. We can spot it a mile off.
Why do you think that we're all so obsessed with our image?
I think that that's got nothing to do with the internet. I think that's just part of society and the way that we think about ourselves at the moment.
With or without the internet, it seems humans have been cultivating a different version of themselves forever, and this is 100% normal behaviour. How most of us want to live our lives online is also how we want to be seen and treated by others in real life. I had an appointment with the police to keep.
Hello, are you Emily?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm PC Constable. Nice to meet you. It's all right if I come in?
Yeah. In part one, I reported receiving a nasty message I got online. Obviously, I thought it was like a really horrific message to receive, but I put it on like all my social medias, and everyone was like, "This is terrible. You need to report it." I didn't. I think I just assumed it was just like it wouldn't happen again, which it hasn't. But
do you have the message?
Yeah, so it's there. It was sexual in nature, threatening and violent. It was actually really scary.
Have you had any other dealings with that
No.
person? When you got this message, what were you feeling at the time?
Obviously, like no one wants to read that kind of message. I'm used to reading kind of comments from people that don't like me or have something to say about me, but
yeah, it's not acceptable. So basically, this offence-wise would be malicious communications. Basically, that'd be CID investigating it.
what happens if you find the person that does that? What's their...
What can we do?
Yeah.
Arrest them.
Right.
Yeah.
OK, well, thank you very much. You've actually been really helpful.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you again, thanks.
Are you right? You feel okay?
I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I haven't cried for years. But I just feel in a bit of a funny mood about it. I'll get over it. I just think I just feel in a bit of a funny mood for a little bit. I think I've read that message too many times now. I think that's why I'm in a bit of a funny mood. The internet and cyberspace is a brave new world and offers both challenges to the way we want to live and opportunities in equal measures. It's a place for self-expression. Shall I kiss me? Basically, being online enables us to, like...
Yes, say whatever I want.
Yeah.
However way I want to say it.
It can free you up to be who you want to be.
We're our own paparazzi and we're our own subject and we're our own spin masters.
It was fun to create this character in my head of someone who I hope is very different from me.
But as it evolves, it can harbour new types of crimes.
Up to date, there's been 73 fake profiles closed down of me.
Whoa. Criminals and conditions that can affect us all.
they want to sit and read messages about how awful they are and what a bad person they are, because it reinforces what they think about themselves.
But it's comforting to know that there is help out there. And it's not such a scary place, but I think a positive and exciting place to spend so much of our lives. The most important thing I've learned over this investigation about the world of online and lying is that if we treated people more online the way we'd like to be treated by others in real life, we might all just get the best of both worlds. If any of you want more information, or maybe you've been affected by some of the issues raised on this show, please just go to the links below.